I'm going to watch. Thanks to Steven Duberstein.
What's that?
Steven Duberstein? Sleven?
There you go.
Sleven. That was tricky. I thought it was just Steven with two E's. It's Sleven with two E's. Mm-hmm. Right, because Sleven obviously is usually spelled with the PH.
Yeah.
This is spelled with a V. That's what threw me off.
He's from Dallas.
Mm-hmm. So. Sleven Duberstein is helping out today in the video department. There's also a new episode of the Bill Squire Show up there.
Yep.
With a professional pornographer involved.
Amateur pornographer.
Sorry, amateur pornographer.
She does a lot of professional like photo shoots and stuff like that. I think the stuff that she does is just her, and she's got a scene partner that she'll do stuff with. But she's not like meeting up with dudes to bang.
Well, but I don't think anyone suggested
she told a good story
happening.
once on the podcast about she got one of those dragon egg situations. And got an egg stuck. Yeah. And her husband had to help her get it out.
Oh, she's married.
Yeah, she's married and has a boyfriend.
One of those.
Yeah,
hey, good for her, man.
What do they call that?
Open relationship. Polyamorous?
Ethically non-monogamous.
People like to make up really confusing sounding things for simple things. Right? Just non-monogamous.
But ethically. So she's not cheating. You could be non-monogamous and be cheating.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody would refer to themselves as non-monogamous if they were cheating.
I think they would. Try to frill it up a little bit.
Open relationship.
Do you have a wife? I'm non-monogamous.
That means yes, I do.
But it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. If that's how a guy answers.
Well, I know that.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're trying to, make it seem like.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Everybody likes to zhuzh it up a little bit. Hey, listen, it's your life. You should do it. No movement in that Guardians-Reds game. It's still one apiece in the bottom of the 7th. So they got a real barn burner going on. That was the game postponed from last night, second of 2 against Cincinnati. Reds beat them the first time. They are a 10-26 team right now. And Tito and the coaching staff, by the way, is back. They're back from the COVID protocols. Terry Francona and most of the coaching staff got COVID. And they are back today. Maybe if he had been over their shoulders, they wouldn't have lost to the Cincinnati Reds.
Perhaps. It's
the best you can ask for. If you listen to us on iHeartRadio, either inside Ohio or outside, the far-flung reaches of the Buckeye State.
I want to, but it probably costs so much money because it has so many podcasts.
Oh, Bill, you'd think so, but it's absolutely free.
What?
Oh, yeah. It's gratis. Yep, doesn't cost you one thin guilder. You would think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd think, but it's free. That's
sure,
amazing.
That's right. You also think that we would be paid for the commercials in our podcast.
That would make a lot of sense.
Nope, that's free too.
Well, it's free for us.
Yeah, it's free for us.
We're free from.
That's right. It's like we're TikTok content creators,
nice.
And somebody texted me in the break and said, "Hey, if Mary wants to riot, I'm with her." I have 1.7 million followers on TikTok, and I basically make pennies a day. I'm like, what's the point then?
Well, for me,
what is the point?
For someone like me or Bill, even though I'm not getting paid for these views, hopefully it translates to followers and people buying tickets to shows. So the exposure part of it,
ideally, but does it?
I don't know.
I'm talking about a guy who's got 1.7 million followers, and he goes, I basically make pennies. What's the motivation then?
It depends on what they do. If he's like a woodworker or... Because there's so many
He's a dog guy.
Okay, so if it's just videos of his dog, then he's probably just looking for money anyway. Because he doesn't necessarily need people to buy merch or tickets or anything like that.
But sometimes the dog people have merch, or they'll... He's in a better situation to do collaborations for ads.
Like pet food or whatever.
Because, I've had a few reach out, and I'm like, there's no way this... for the amount that you want to pay me, no one's going to get value. It's just going to mess up... people are not going to want to come to my page, see that I did an ad for some dumb video game.
Yeah.
And then, they're just going to be like, oh, that's lame.
Yeah.
So it's not worth it for the level that I'm at. But he can probably get some decent ad revenue.
Alan, please tell Mary I am in charge of all the banning and unbanning of TikTok accounts, and I'm available Saturday evenings and all day Sunday. Listen, I think this person is trying to... No, I don't know if this is a male or a female. I think this person is trying to take advantage of their obviously prominent position within the TikTok organization. They spelled it TICTOC, by the way.
Yes.
So they obviously work for the Chinese government.
I'm gonna pass.
would like to remind everybody that Mary already has a dick appointment this weekend.
Dick from Dayton called, and this guy could not be more excited, by the way.
Well, I got another text message from the manager of Wiley's, where I am this weekend if you're in the Dayton area, Wiley's Comedy Club. She hit me up and she goes, your friend Dick called again. And I was like, I'm sorry. Like,
Oh, my goodness. They are never having you back.
Well, she goes, I had to get stern with him. And I was like, oh, no, is he causing problems? She goes, no, I just don't have an hour a day to talk to this guy. So I guess he's calling her.
Even the ticket
same
lady,
way
he's
he
trying
calls
to.
us.
Oh, man.
That he's just like,
Rambling
I was like,
on.
he really is harmless. Like, because he's not a stalker. He just thinks, he listens to the show, so he thinks we're best friends.
No, he
She
doesn't
goes,
listen to the show.
No,
though.
he doesn't. How did
calls the
anyone?
show.
How did anyone ever get away from him at Lowe's long enough to buy something?
Yeah, she goes.
You think he would have inhibited sales at some point?
Yeah, she said she had to take a stern tone with him and be like, sir, you have to stop calling.
Listen, I told him. I said, buy tickets.
Yeah.
You are going to walk up to the box. I don't know why he's still calling them. Why is he calling them?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he said he's going to buy tickets at the door.
Well, I don't
Buy-
think it'll sell out, but
No,
getting
but
them in
it's-
advance is safer.
Right, but just, especially if you're calling them.
Yes.
You're on the phone. You can just be like, here's my credit card.
Buy me
Got-
these
got your
yeah.
tickets.
Oh,
Unless you
he's
gotta
not.
write a
I
check.
don't expect him to do that. But you think that maybe he would have gone over to the box office and bought tickets.
Yeah.
He's very
nothing but
excited.
time.
I know.
to
I'm
see
excited too, but it was funny to get that text message yesterday where
I
she's
can't
like, your
wait.
friend called again. I was like, oh no.
I can't wait for your videos that show up Saturday morning where every time you set up something, oh yeah, I've heard
just
of that.
going on and
yeah,
on.
just having like it's a conversation.
I'm from Cleveland. The Guardians. I'm telling you, Mayor, the Guardians are going to do it this year. I think. What do you think?
You should bring him up on stage.
I thought about it. I thought about bringing him up on stage, toward the end of the show on Friday night. So if you are in the Dayton area, I'll pimp out Dick if you want to meet him.
Yeah,
58.
If you want to meet him, come to my
Turning the
show
tables,
Friday.
yeah.
man.
I bet you get some people that travel to see it just because they want to meet Dick.
Probably. This is if he shows you think. I mean, he's this excited. He's calling the box office every day. He's got to show up, right?
Imagine if Dick's the draw.
I'm fine with that. I get 80% of the door, so that's fine. If I buy a ticket to come see Dick, that's fine
Wow.
with me.
You don't get all the door and they get the bar?
80% of the door, which is still a really good deal, but it's we'll see. This is one of the first times I'm doing this, so we'll see how it pans out.
Then try to get him to buy a bunch of tickets.
So I was like, you should bring the entire Kettering Banjo Society.
Hey!
Hey,
Well, because I was asking him, because he was talking, oh, Mary's great on the show, blah, blah, blah. I go, yeah, but Dick, you've got to understand, what Mary does here on the show is going to be very different than what she does on stage. Are you at
Right.
all concerned that perhaps her work on stage is not your cup of tea? He wouldn't hear of it. I don't think
Okay.
he understood what I was saying, to be fair. But
Again, it's also because he doesn't really pay attention to what she does on the show anyway, because all he does is call us, say his thing, and then calls the next unsuspecting victim.
yeah. Well, I
it's
mean,
not even unsuspecting. Everyone is suspecting. Everyone in broadcasting is suspecting.
Wiley's wasn't.
poor
They
lady.
were, she wasn't expecting to have hour-long conversations with a retiree banjo savant.
Well, that's what I said. I
A
was like,
banjo savant.
I was like, he is just a harmless guy. He just doesn't. He got a lot of time on his hands. He just retired,
He's
so
got
this
a-
is what he does.
He's got a lot
you
of
know?
words and nothing to say.
There you go. He's an amateur luthier and a mandolin aficionado.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes
And
tomorrow.
a banjo savant.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night. We'll be out tomorrow, but Mary will be in Dayton. Did he say he's coming Friday? Or Saturday?
I thought he said Friday.
He said
Okay.
Friday.
Yeah.
Friday.
He said Friday. 8 p.m.
Yeah, the one show. Only one show Friday. So we'll see
All right.
how it goes.
Well, it'll
I'm
be-
supposed to.
Very exciting for everyone involved.
A friend of mine is playing the Dayton Funny Bone, and since I didn't have a late show, I was like, "Oh, I'll come hang out at the Funny Bone for your guys' late show and just hang." But we'll see how long this conversation takes. If I can make it anywhere that
Dick,
night.
it's great to talk to you. I've got to go hang myself. But hey, great to see you. Anyway, for people who listen to the show out of state on iHeartRadio, wherever you do that, tell me where. Ashley is one of our bureau chiefs in Wichita, Kansas, and she was kind enough to send me a story about the Wichita police finally nabbed who they're calling a poopatrator. Ever since social media started, local law enforcement has gotten so much punnier, and, boy, they try to have fun whenever they can on Facebook and things like that. They were trying to find someone who had pooped in a wig store. And they were imploring the people of Wichita to help them find this person. Wichita, we need your help. They're trying to, and they had a photo. They had like a security photo or something. A woman who had gone into a beauty supply store and pooped in the middle of the wig aisle. And my favorite part of the story she sent me was, the cops made it a point to say that the woman's defecation was so significant that 8 wigs were destroyed. Now,
Whoa.
I'm going to need more
Detail.
video, photo evidence of something.
Was she spraying?
I don't know. Significant defecation, by the way, if you kids are in your garage playing, you're a budding deathcore band or grind shoegaze or whatever subgenres there are, significant defecation might be one that you want to jot down.
You should not treat wiggers this way.
People who, of course, craft fine hair pieces is what you're
that's what I'm
talking about.
saying.
Yeah, this
They
is
work hard
Wichita.
on those wigs.
There's a lot of wig stores in Wichita. Yeah,
Did
it is
she-
Kansas after all.
Did she use them to wipe?
Don't know about that. The defecation was significant enough that 8 wigs were destroyed, and the business would like to know who the poopatrator is so they can pursue criminal charges. The
This was
incident
a-
was captured on video surveillance, but we are not posting the footage of the fecal assault. Fecal assault is another great name if you're in the
Yes.
garage and the kids next to you, next door, have already taken significant defecation. Fecal assault is also probably available.
I'd like to think that what would happen in that situation is someone gets mad at the band and then they break up and start their own band. So they leave fecal, or they leave significant defecation and start fecal assault.
So the prominent guitar player, it'll say like formerly of significant defecation,
Yeah.
now fronting fecal assault.
Yeah.
Isn't yours like Poop Tomb or something? Tomb of Poop?
Tomb of Feces is
thank
my deathcore band. Yeah, Poop Tomb. Listen, so if there's a third house with kids practicing in the garage, Tomb of Feces. But we are on an indefinite hiatus.
Okay.
Anyway, this is the second time that this woman has done this. So imagine you're the proprietor of this wig store, and you already go through this one time, and you're like, wow, you think you've seen everything. I'm just over here trying to sell fake hair. It's a beauty supply store. It was the wig aisle. It's not a store devoted to wigs. We used to live around the corner in Chicago from just a wig store. It was called, and it was my favorite store name of all time. It was called Wigs and Plus.
Yes. Yes.
Not Wigs Plus, Wigs and Plus.
Wigs and
Plus.
We've got other things in here too. This is the second time that this woman has gone into the store and taken a dump in the middle of the wig aisle.
So this is a thing for her.
So far,
She likes this.
yeah. And then
maybe
she went to
just
another
gets-
location.
Maybe
This is
she's
kind of a
allergic
small
to wigs, and it causes
Oh, I see.
interesting
Explosive
reaction.
diarrhea.
Fake hair or whatever. Yeah. So thank you to Ashley, who is our bureau chief in Wichita, Kansas, for sending me that story that she came across on Facebook, I guess, or kansas.com or something along those lines. But referring to her as a poopatrator.
Very funny.
Well, they're just trying to get people's attention so that they'll be more engaged, I guess, with local law
So
enforcement.
this is happened twice. So there are number 2 counts.
Oh, that's what they're calling her
felonies,
public enemy number 2,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, they're really
They're laying onto the poop.
they
puns,
are
Good.
they're going
as they
hard.
should. As they should. Still disgusting.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because you're just somebody, you're probably not the owner of the place, or maybe you are, and maybe you're working there because you don't make that much money, and you're a local business. You're not a Sally Beauty Supply, you're not a chain, you're not a Sephora, you're not a whatchamacallit. So you have to envision that this is a woman who maybe is working the counter. She's doing a shift, and this woman walks in. And then walks out, and maybe she doesn't see her do it because it's big enough where she can be in the back, and doesn't recognize her immediately. And then the offender leaves, and you have to envision the woman behind the counter when the smell slowly hits
Oh,
her.
yeah.
She goes, "What the hell's going on?"
And the lady leaving's like, yeah, whoever smelt it dealt it. She's like, what?
What? And then
pretty
she's
sure
out the
I didn't
door.
poop.
The door opens and closes. A little bell rings. Oh no, that's no way to do it. So they're looking for this lady, and I hope that they find them. There's a guy who is...
I hope they lock her up and flush away the key.
No.
Cody said,
What do you mean, no?
No.
You didn't have anything
Say
better.
anything.
yeah, you didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything.
Just over there, just
No,
judging,
clammed.
not
Yeah,
helping.
that's right.
Come on, what you got? You're gonna
Give us a- give us
you're gonna
a-
crap on my joke. Let's see what you can do.
Nothing. That's all. Yeah, your joke is great. I got nothing.
Wig poop pun. This guy got nothing.
And this is a guy who wants a wig.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the story of Captain Billy Joe Crosby Jr. This is a former Louisiana National Guard officer. I can only imagine that this has made Billy Joe Crosby Sr. very upset if he's still alive. But Billy Joe Crosby Jr. Is in trouble. He was allowed to retire after a court-martial convicted him of assault charges because he motorboated a subordinate.
Oh, God.
Now, they describe motorboating in the complaint for people who are unfamiliar. I mean, I think we all know,
Yeah.
but there might be some people who don't understand what motorboating is. When a person places his or her face between a woman's breasts and then vigorously shakes their head back and forth while making sounds resembling a boat motor. The whole thing. I have never motorboated a person.
Ever?
No,
You're 50 years old. Come on, man.
It seems completely unnecessary.
It is unnecessary.
What
but
is
nothing
it?
more
I-
necessary.
I love breasts. I'm an ass man, but I love breasts. I understand the inherent value of breasts, but I don't get what pleasure you can derive from that. Now,
Kind of silly.
It's just funny.
putting
and
your
silly.
face in the middle and using them for headphones, absolutely. The motorboating part, don't get it. Anyway,
That's
this
a drunk
guy
thing I would do. Motorboat my friends, but I'd be hammered.
and it's other chicks.
Yeah.
Like it's Well, this guy did it on a junior soldier during her promotion.
Oh, well, that's probably not the best time to do it.
Because he said that the rank patch was placed on her chest for just such a reason. That was essentially a bullseye. And
Once you see that rank patch right there between them sweet sweater pillows, you just got to get in there. And,
oh, look at that blouse meat. I got to get my face in there. And oh, boy. He told investigators that or someone else had told the investigators that this guy requested the female soldier's company because he liked looking at her teats.
Oh my gosh.
And she said that she didn't want a promotion ceremony. She didn't want any big rigmarole. She was just appreciative of, being popped up a rank. And he approached her, told her to stand up, placed the rank in front of her chest, leaned in, placed his face between her breasts. He put the patch in his teeth.
Oh my god.
And then put it between and moved
Did
his
they-
head from side to side.
Okay. And again, not Mary Santora sex defender. Did they have
your
this
turn,
type
yeah.
of relationship, like a friendly, silly?
No. She's a subordinate. No.
Right, but I've had bosses where we goof around and joke. You know what I mean? But where this wouldn't be so weird.
There was
So
no
they had no
indication
type
in
of
this
friendship.
no indication in this story that was something she wanted done.
Well, yeah.
Be some motorboating going on.
Like I've had a relationship with a friend that I thought was closer than it was, and I flicked him off, and he was like, "That's rude," and I was like, "Oh, I thought we were there. I thought this was like."
How'd you misread that?
Well, because I thought we were there. It was like a funny, "Oh, hey."
Were you drunk?
No, this was
Oh.
like a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago.
And he was like,
This is recent. Who
That's
was the
kinda rude.
Who was the person? Not a
guy-
name, but who? What's the connection?
Well, we went to high school together, and he lives on my street now.
Yep, because you're back in Brea.
So you're just driving by, flicking them off?
Yeah. Well, from across the street, I was like, "Hey,
Hey, remember when we knew each other 15 years ago?
Could you just wave at him?
I could have, but I thought we had that kind of silliness.
Hey, remember when we had that one class?
He was just kind of confused, okay,
What?
I don't know what I did.
yeah.
And I was like, it was just fun. I thought it was funny.
Hey, F you! What? It's me, Mary Santora.
If
Who?
I saw Bill, if I saw you
From
on the
chemistry.
street, if I saw you on the street and I flicked you off, you wouldn't think anything of it.
No, I would hit you with my car.
No, you.
I'm jumping the curb and be like, that's the last time you do that.
But it is, after that happened, I was like, oh no.
So how did you misread that?
I just thought, because I've known him for so long, that I thought it was like a...
But have you?
I mean, yeah.
Not consistently for so long?
Known of him for...
Known of him. I've known of a lot of people.
We
I
were
wouldn't flip 'em
friends,
off.
and then like we weren't friends, and then we moved in 2 months ago, and we've chatted, and I thought it was like a...
Oh, this wasn't your first interaction with him?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't like I was like, oh, hey, so-and-so. Like, it wasn't like that. No.
Wow.
But he was more confused. I thought he would like giggle and do it back. But that was not the case. He was very confused and a little off-put.
Huh.
And I was like, oh, no, man, I'm sorry. I was just joking.
He's like, my kids are in the car.
So that's what I'm saying. Maybe it was
Yeah.
a friendly situation that he misread.
That's not how I'm reading it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I
don't know about that.
Kind of crazy that he did this in such a, like, during a ceremony.
Well, she didn't want a ceremony, so
Right.
he's like second best.
Well, he created a ceremony to do it,
Yeah.
basically.
That's pretty wild. I'm going to take a break. If you want to get those Korn tickets, I'll have them for you when we get back. Korn and Evanescence are doing dates.